Hey guys, what's going on? It's King Clutch here, and today guys, we're back on the NBA 2K21 demo. I hope you guys are having a great day and everything is going well for you. Today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys how you can build the Giannis Antetokounmpo here in NBA 2K21. Now this is a great power forward build, guys. This build is incredible. Like, there's multiple ways you can do this. I'm going to show you guys a few ways. Now real quick, you're going to want to make this build here a power forward right-handed jersey number 34. Again, the handedness and the jersey number doesn't matter. Now I did notice when making this a power forward, I did get slightly more badges than I did when I was making it a small forward. So that's just why we're going to do power forward. So we're going to go ahead and continue on that. When it comes to the pie chart on this Giannis build, I feel like you have a few options. Now, one I can definitely see you picking is this defensive and this playmaking chart, but realistically, I don't think this is the best option. I think the best choice for his build would be finishing and defending, because he's great at finishing and he is also great at defending. Those are his main two attributes that he is extremely good at. So I'm going to go with this pie chart, and really, I feel like this is the closest one to him. This is the easiest one that defines how you play. Again, when it comes to these physical profiles, I feel like for Giannis, really, he is a physical monster. He is good at everything. It's not like he's not strong, he can't jump, and it's not like he's not fast for how big he is. So I feel like really the only chart that defines him well is the balance chart, and I wish the speed was higher, but it's not. But the thing is with this, is by picking this balance chart, it's at least giving us a decent strength along with a decent vertical. It's giving us, an average of everything, and because he's so good at everything, it's hard to even replicate that. So we're just going to go with this balance chart. When it comes to this potential, guys, we're going to go ahead and upgrade our driving dunk all the way, our driving layup all the way, our close shot all the way, and then this standing dunk. Now what you can do is take this driving layup down to about I don't even remember where it is, a 64, so you still get your 23rd playmaking badge. Then you want to upgrade your pass accuracy and your ball handle, and then as well as upgrade your interior D, your perimeter D, your lateral quickness, your block, your offensive rebound, and your defensive rebound. So this is going to give you 22 defensive badges as of right now. Now what you can do with these last 52 is I would spend these on your mid-range shot, just so you're able to shoot from the mid-range. I feel like with this build, having that mid-range shot is somewhat important, so you're able to at least shoot the ball, and then people won't at least just completely leave you open and only think you can dunk. So this is what I would do. Now what you can do is spend these on post moves to give yourself some extra playmaking badges. That's a very, very good option. You could spend these on your steal if you want to get that 23rd defensive badge, but really what I think the best choice is just spend them on post moves, and then you can get that 8th playmaking badge. So this is one way you can do this build right here. So you're going to get 23 finishing badges, 1 shooting, 8 playmaking, and 22 defensive badges. Now for the body shape, again, this doesn't really matter. I feel like Giannis would probably be built, so I'm going to go with that. Now, Giannis is listed as 6'11", but I would make this build 6'10". For the fact being is you want to be able to get contact dunks as quick as possible. So if you go 6'11", you're not going to be able to get contact dunk. There's really no way you're going to be able to do it. So you're better off going 6'10", not taking as big of a hit in your physical stats, but still being able to get those contact dunks by what you do with the wingspan and by hitting 99 overall. So we'll go with 6'10". Now for the weight, I'd say the best choice right here is just to go 241. That's just giving you a +1 to your interior D. You're not losing anything. So I feel like that is the best choice to go with. Now for the wingspan, obviously for a Giannis build, you would imagine max the wingspan. That's way it'll help get you your driving dunk a little bit higher, so you're able to get contact dunks. You should get them at 96 overall if we do get the +5. So going with this is a great option. So if you I'm going to go ahead, say we go with this max wingspan build here. We only get 2 takeover options. We get glass cleaning and rim protector. Now, realistically, in Giannis' actual build, his takeover is glass cleaner. But if you want slashing takeover, which I feel like most people would, to be 100% honest, I feel like slashing takeover is really the takeover you would prefer to have with this build. I can show you guys how to do that. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'll go with that build. But this is one option. Everything else we're going to leave the same. And really, if you want, you could leave the wingspan towards the middle, but I would suggest putting it up at least somewhat. Maybe you don't want to max it all the way, but I would definitely go positive with it. So what you're going to want to do is go back to this attribute page. What you need to do is make sure you upgrade all of these finishing stats. They need to be completely maxed out. Everything does. Now what I did is I just took offensive rebound down. We'll go ahead and just pull those. I didn't seem to matter, and I just did that because it seems like offensive rebound takes the least amount of badges, so I just went with that. So the one way to get slashing takeovers, you need to make sure you have all of your finishing stats maxed out with this build. I took this offensive rebound down and then put these up to my post hook. Then I also needed to bump this steal up. For some reason, when I wasn't bumping this steal, it wasn't giving me the slashing takeover. So what you're going to want to do is just, if you copy this exactly, you will get the slashing takeover to pop up. You just need to tweak the steal, offensive rebound. It's going to leave you 25 finishing, 1 shooting, 4 playmaking, and 18 defensive badges. Now I know it is less playmaking and defensive badges, but if you want slashing takeover, this is how you're going to have to do it. Now it'll also give you more finishing badges. I think it's 2 or 3 more. But this way, at least you can get slashing takeover. Now, this is if you want it. If you work fine with glass cleaner or rim protector, I would build the build the other way. The other way, if you're going for one of those, it's the best way to do it. But if you're going to go for this slashing takeover, you need to do it this way. And this is one way you can get this build. And this way, with slashing takeover, this build would pretty much be unstoppable because you're so big. And like that's what I feel like defines Giannis more than a glass cleaning takeover. But that's what he has in the game. But if you want slashing, you got to do it this way. So we're going to go 6'10", built again, 241 pounds. Now with this wingspan, with this, you can actually, I'm pretty sure, leave it anywhere. You can pull it down even and still get slashing takeover. You can minimize it and still get slashing takeover. But what you're going to want to do is you want to go at least 91 or 92 so you're able to get contact dunks as quick as possible. So really, you might as well go 92. You might as well max this out. Get that slashing takeover. That'll bring your driving dunk 84. And that'll also help out your block and your offensive rebound and things. But this is a way you can get slashing takeover with this Giannis Antetokounmpo build. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue. I'll go ahead and go with slashing takeover on this build. And for this build, guys, we are going to get an interior four similar to Sean Kemp, Giannis, and John Collins. So I would say this is pretty similar to him, and you can do those two ways. The second way for sure if you want slashing takeover, but if you're not planning on getting slashing takeover, I would build this build the first way. Just for badge purposes, I would go with that one. But I'm going to go and show you guys the badges I would throw on this Giannis build. But this is a build that would be dominant at the park. Like, you could just go absolutely crazy on the park because it's so athletic. Defensive stats and your dunking stats, your finishing stats are insane. So for this shooting badge, guys, I'm just going to put this on catch and shoot. We only have one, so this one's kind of hard to pick from, but I'm just going to go with that. And again, this doesn't really matter. You can put this wherever you'd like. I would say go catch and shoot or corner just because you want to focus more on making your shots with your shooting stats not being the highest. So for these playmaking badges, guys, I'm going to look for a step up to gold just so we're able to dribble. And then I also feel like if you're playing with this build on the park, you would use bailout, but for the demo, I'm not going to use bailout. I'm just going to add unpluckable so you don't get the ball stripped from us as much. When it comes to these finishing badges, contact finisher, Hall of Fame's an obvious one. Relentless finisher, I'll put up the gold. Slithery, I'll put up the gold. Fancy footwork, we'll throw up the Hall of Fame. Consistent on silver, and then I'll put acrobat on bronze. Now, I'm also going to add back down punisher. Giannis needs that. He can just completely punish people in the paint. Like, it's ridiculous. So you're going to want that because there's been times where he can back people down twice, push them all the way to the basket, and be fine. So I'm also going to add Lob City Finisher just so we have a better time of catching lobs. Putback Boss is something you're going to want as well, so you have the opportunity to actually catch putbacks. Now, you could probably lower Fancy Footwork down to gold. And then I would also say, especially at the beginning of the game, when we don't have takeover boosters, adding Fast Break Finisher or Showtime could be very important. So I'm going to put Fast Break Finisher on there just for the fact that we can get our takeover quicker. I feel like that may help. But again, you don't need that. It's up to you. But if you're not going to use that, I would say you could hire up some of these other badges like Consistent Finisher or Putback Boss. But also add Cross Key Scorer or Pick and Roller. You're going to be shooting off the pick and roll probably with this build. You probably will be setting screens. So you definitely can use that. Drop Stepper too. If you want to shoot drop steppers, you could use that. But I'll just throw on Cross Key Scorer and then Fast Break Finisher up the silver just to mess with it in the demo, see how it works. But again, those are just some badges I would suggest, especially one of the takeover boosters if you have slashing take, just so you can get it quicker with having no takeover boosters. For these defensive badges, guys, I'm going to put Intimidator on Hall of Fame. That's an obvious one. I want Interceptor on bronze so we're able to at least get those, animations. With having these long arms, it shouldn't be much of an issue. I'm going to put Pickpocket on bronze. I'm going to throw Clamps up to gold. I feel like we need that so we can play good perimeter D. Box, so we get the box out animations. That's very important. Chase Down Artist, I'm going to put up to silver. Rim Protector, I'm going to put on Hall of Fame. I feel like that's very important for this Giannis build. Now, I really wish we had more defensive badges, but with these, what badges I would feel that you could also use is Giannis could have Pogo Stick. Pogo Stick could be very good for this build, and you could lower Rim Protector too. You necessarily don't need this on Hall of Fame. I'm going to leave it there just to mess with it on the demo, see how it works, but Rebound Chaser could work. Moving Truck is a badge Giannis could have as well. There's a lot of these you could do, and put these badges based on how you're playing. If you're running this build, say, like the small forward and rec, you probably would want Clamps, but if you're running it at power forward, you could sub out Clamps for, post-move lockdown or something that's more, paint-oriented. This depends, because with having these defensive badges, you can swap these depending on who you're playing with and how you're playing and the playstyle you want to use. So that kind of comes down to that, but I'm just going to use these on Pogo Stick. I feel like we can use them there. But this way we have a pretty good, defensive badge layout. This is more for a perimeter style, but if you were going more into the paint, you could take down Clamps, put on Moving Truck or post-move lockdown and use them that way. But I'm going to leave it like this for this build. But overall, I feel like this is a great way you can build Giannis Antetokounmpo. Real quick, I also want to mention this. I was reading through some things on Twitter. and it was saying for your jump shot to get like an explosive behind the back move. With this build, it may not be necessary, but for like guard builds, I've heard if you use Dwayne Wade's jump shot, you get his behind the back move. So I would say try that out. That's what I heard. I haven't messed with it yet, but I heard it actually works. So I'm going to go ahead and try that just for this build, just for fun. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you guys have not yet, please subscribe for the channel for more NBA 2K21 builds. But anyways, guys, it's been King Clutch here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. And peace out, guys. Thanks.